is just fantastic. Captain's log, subject 220523.2. I've sent all telemetry back to the Arcadia and will await Doctor's suggestions for moving forward with extermination. Until then, I'm going to try and take some deeper scans, but I will admit, the fatty deposits, all 99% of their entire bodies each, are a tad tricky to break through. Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be discussing what happened during week 5 of the defamation trial. And yes, I'm going to insert the obligatory. If you don't know what's happened so far, there are 7 videos I've done covering this to date. There won't be many more, I don't believe, as I think this week is the final week. So the first thing we're going to start with is a clip of Amber Heard being interrogated by Johnny Depp's lawyer Camille.
Sitting here today, you have not donated the $7 million, donated, not pledged, donated the $7 million divorce settlement to charity.
I use pledge and donation synonymous with one another.
But I don't. Ms. Heard, I don't use it synonymously.
That's how donations are paid.
Ms. Heard, respectfully, that's not my question.
But Camille wasn't done today. Camille had much more to do, much more to say and debunk. So how about another clip? This time of Camille catching Amber out in a lie. One of many, but I think we can all agree this one can stay here. Before we move on to her sister and the absolutely stellar performance she gave.
Mr. This is a picture that you indicated depicts the broken bed, right?
That's exactly it.
And it's your testimony that Mr. Depp causes damage to the bed with his boot, right?
He did.
Is that a pocket knife on the bed there?
I cannot tell what's on the bed.
Did you use that to damage the bed?
I did not damage the bed. Johnny's boot did when he was punching me. I could feel him slipping.
Mr. Do you also testify that there was blood all over the pillows on the bed, correct?
On the pillow top, yes. That's correct.
But you didn't take a picture of that, though, did you?
I did not take a picture of this.
That was because of a lie being found and discovered. Delicious. Now, Amber Heard's sister Whitney Henriquez took the stand on Wednesday and testified about their relationship, with many on social media believing that Whitney is the better actress to Amber Heard, but also a blind follower to Amber Heard's BS, which is for most cases typical of family. They will go to bat for you, embellish greatly, and they will do it with the deadest of expressions. Henriquez indicated that everyone had fallen in love with Johnny at first, but if Johnny was drinking or using drugs, there was almost always a fight, with Henriquez saying it seemed to oscillate pretty quickly. He'd be sober for a bit, then fall off the wagon, and it would go back and forth. When she was asked to detail the change in her sister during the relationship, Henriquez said, at first Amber was Amber. She was loud, fun, funny, she laughed a lot, was this happy, bright, fun, loving thing surrounded by friends. A progression took over such a long period of time. It was like watching a slow-motion gunshot. She stopped sleeping, not as loud, not as gregarious. Her weight dropped to 100 pounds soaking wet, and she was emaciated, not sleeping. She developed a heart condition, her eyes were sunken in. Henriquez also believed that Johnny became controlling over Amber Heard's clothing and said that they had the same stylist. He was essentially controlling what she wore to events. After the divorce from Amber Heard in 2016, Johnny Depp said, "You will not see my eyes again," directly to Amber. When Amber Heard's sister Whitney took to the stand, Johnny Depp looked her directly in the eye. No sunglasses, no show. Straight up looked at her, which I found to be quite fascinating. These statements do corroborate things that Amber has said, but as is the case with much of the evidence presented as proof that Johnny was all of these things, there's nothing physical to prove anything, only spoken word, anecdotal, which does lead to contention when it comes to whether or not these are valid just because you have an extra voice that is your family and is naturally going to be biased, and also will lie for you on the stand. But then again, you, Amber Heard, have already been caught out lying on the stand. I've already shown a clip of it. 2, in fact. Then again, Whitney Henriquez herself has kind of been caught out in a lie that has caused someone else to be called back to the stand to talk about it, concerning a staircase incident, where in March 2015, at the former couple's Eastern Columbia building penthouse apartment, There were photos that show racks of Amber Heard's clothing and shoes knocked over on the floor. Johnny Depp's bodyguard had testified that Johnny caused the mess, and that later that same evening, Amber's sister Whitney witnessed an argument between the couple, which resulted in Heard punching Johnny in the face. Well, that's not quite what Whitney said, was it now? So that has to now be brought back to address again, with other eyewitnesses to discuss it. More notably, Jennifer Howell, who is going to testify this week and will dispute the claims of Whitney Henriquez. Jennifer Howell had actually lived with Whitney Henriquez in May of 2015, with Howell calling Whitney her chosen sister. Whitney wasn't actually that close to Amber Heard back then, because she'd had multiple fights with Amber Heard. Not that you know about it. Sure as hell wasn't going to mention it on the stand, was she? Now let's quickly move on from that before we go and address something else. Closing arguments will begin on May the 27th. So yes, we are actually nearing the end of this. Now back to Amber Heard's bollocks. Her team then started working their way through other people that have featured in Johnny Depp's life. You have Bruce Whitkin, Johnny Depp's longtime friend, who via a video deposition, which was recorded on February the 17th, 2022, said that at no point in any relationship was Johnny Depp physically abusive. But to counter that, you have Amber Heard's acting coach, claiming that Johnny once yelled at Amber for going across the street to get a pizza at night.
I remember one time in particular when she was living at the Eastern Columbia that we went downstairs to get a slice of pizza. I think there were 4 of us, and Amber gave a homeless kid down there some money, and we helped him get to the bus stop, and we came back up, and Johnny yelled at her about going out, and that she knew better than to be going out at night and that kind of thing.
Because woe betide any man that looks out for his woman, right? But at the same time, this is an indicator of abuse. Am I right? Do I need sarcasm for that one? Next to be questioned by video link would be Johnny Depp's former talent agent, Tracy Jacobs, who said the following.
Have you ever seen Mr. Depp hit a woman?
No.
Have you ever seen Mr. Depp throw anything at a woman?
No.
Have you ever seen Mr. Depp kick a woman?
No.
Other than Amber Heard, do you know of any other woman who ever accused Mr. Depp of physical abuse?
No.
Have you ever seen in person any marks on Amber Heard?
No.
When you have so many people maintain a position, you can argue loyalty plays a factor, yes. But I will admit, it's a very long list, compared to the remarkably short list of those defending Amber Heard. Now that could be because everyone just loves Johnny. It could also be because many people see through the crap that she has espoused and from what she has piggybacked off to make herself seem legitimate. But we're not done. There is another testimony we need to look at.
Ms. Barkin, when Mr. Depp acted in a way that was out of control with you.
Yes. Mr. Depp threw a wine bottle across the room, the hotel room on one instance.
Was something about to happen?
A fight was going on.
Between you and Mr. Depp?
No.
Who was the fight between you?
Between Johnny Depp and his friends in the room, the assistant. Honestly, I don't remember.
Don't you just love it when you have a witness on the stand who can't even provide the context but only state that this incident did happen? Context is important. Yes, I know you can't justify throwing a wine bottle, but knowing the context would understand or help us to understand why it was launched in the first place. For all we know, it could have been an accident. So for this week ongoing, Johnny Depp is going to retake his position on the stand, so he can be interrogated further by Amber Heard's team, and I'm sure by his own team to provide context to some of the claims made by, well, those that stand up for Amber Heard. It shall be quite an interesting week ahead for us, especially as this is the final, I believe, of this trial. If a result does take place before the end of the week, of course, I'm going to pounce on that, because I need the attention.